Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Get the Scoop. If you've ever wondered who's behind the Insta-worthy pics of your fave influencer, today's episode is the one for you. Today's guest is the insanely talented photographer Becky Spencer. After graduating from London College of Communication with a degree in photography, Becky became a freelance photographer, and it just so happens she's our go-to for BOOHOO shoots all around the world. Becky not only shoots influencers and Insta baddies like Chloe Lloyd and Sarah Ashcroft, she's also building a loyal YouTube following, shooting videos of her life behind the lens to help up-and-coming photographers. She travels the world, from London streets to tropical beaches, so we're so excited to have her here on Get the Scoop, Becky Spencer. Hello, Becky.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very nervous, but also good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. You're pretty nervous.
I know. I don't know why I'm freaking out so much. I'm like, yeah.
You're on set like all the time.
I know, but I'm normally behind the lens. I'm not in front.
I'm gonna do like a friendly grilling first of all. I want to know like the way that you're gonna sum up these questions.
All
okay.
Right, yeah.
So, what's your job?
Fashion photographer.
Fashion photographer. Yeah. What does your job entail?
Creating social content that feels engaging and relatable.
How many brands do you work with?
Oh gosh, loads.
A lot.
I don't know. Should we go with 10, 15?
10. Oh wow, okay. And are they like all big brands or smaller brands as well?
Mixture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you work personally for influencers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Weekly and monthly.
Weekly and monthly.
Yeah.
So every week you'll go out and take photos with certain influencers.
Yeah.
Or monthly.
Yeah.
And do the same. And
If I'm here in the UK.
Yeah, if you're here in the UK, because you do a lot of trips, right?
Yes.
How many trips?
Well, yes. Last year was 24.
24.
The year before that, I think, was 19.
Wow.
Yeah.
See,
I don't think I can do any more this year.
Yeah.
I think I need to calm it down.
Yeah, I feel like you do need to calm it down.
Yeah.
And I feel like you've got pretty close to these influencers, because I would expect that it's quite a lot of the same influencers on the trips.
I also feel like you create a special bond on trips. Like it's like, I can't explain it. Like you do like the most crazy things, like with like strangers almost, and then you become this weird bond.
Yeah, and you have like catch-ups, I would expect. Like,
like,
nice to see you from
I feel
that
like
trip.
whenever I see people, they're like, what's going on in your life right now? Because I have quite a strange life. Like things happen to me.
Okay.
So yeah, do you want to hear the most recent one?
Go on, tell me.
Okay, so seeing a new guy.
Yeah.
And
congrats.
Thanks. I know it's quite hard when you're travelling all the time. And he
gets 30 minutes every week to see me.
So the opportunity comes up to come and meet some of his family.
Uh-huh.
You know how nerve-wracking it is. It's
Yeah.
nerve-wracking. And one of them recently was put this leather jacket on, and the key part to this story was I lent this leather jacket to my friend Layla 2 weeks before for a date.
Okay.
Right, and she asked me for a condom, so I put a condom in the
pocket,
pocket,
yeah.
and I put a bit of lube in there because I'm such a good friend.
Oh God, I don't like where this is going.
I know.
Parents, lube, condom, not going to work.
So we're sat there, and I'm talking to his sister, and I go to get my phone out of my pocket, and it gets stuck. It makes a massive bang on the floor, and there it is, staring at me in the eye. This red condom wrapper. I'm dying.
Did they see?
Everyone saw.
Oh.
So I'm like, great. So I went into the bathroom, like, literally messaging Layla, like, for God's sake. And like, obviously I'm going, it's my friends. And they're all thinking, no, it's not.
Yeah.
So I'm
bullshit.
dying. And then, so I go in and I calm down, have a few drinks. And it gets to the end of the night. And his brother's friend comes up to me and she's like, by the way, babe, I've got your lube in my bag. Do you want it back?
Oh my!
You know when you just want to die,
God.
and you're like, I just can't.
Were you thinking,
but that would only happen to me.
But were you thinking, where's the lube?
Well, I forgot about it. That's what
great.
even makes it even worse. I didn't even know it fell out my pocket.
Never forget the lube.
So I tell all my clients.
Yeah,
And then there's another one, and then it's just they're like, what's the next thing that's happened? I'm like, oh well, this happened.
Yeah. This explains why you're getting booked so much. They just want to hear.
They just want to hear the stories.
Yeah, the next bit of your life, essentially. Your photos are insane.
Oh, thank you so much.
So I want the tips.
Tell me.
So I want 5 tips of taking the best Instagram photo.
Tunnel lighting, which is the most flattering lighting.
Tunnel lighting.
Tunnel lighting.
Explain to
which
me
you
what
get
tunnel
through a
lighting.
window.
Why is it that when it comes through a window that it's more even?
Because you've got no light coming from anywhere else.
Okay.
It's just coming from the front. So
Hence
it lights
tunnel.
your face. That's where the term tunnel comes from.
Okay.
So if I'm like shooting abroad and it's like really high light, so it's like 12 o'clock and the sun's so high, the only place you're gonna be able to shoot at that time is in a window or like on a balcony into the room.
Get yours.
That's where you're gonna get the best light.
That's one. Next one is props. Props are essential for a good Instagram shot. Pizza is like, you put pizza in a shot and it's gonna get likes. Really?
Yeah, I noticed that. What else is a good prop?
Why pizza?
I don't know. I think everyone loves pizza.
Okay.
A good dog.
Yeah, a good dog. Yeah, dogs always get likes, I feel.
What else was there? Flowers. Flowers is a good one.
Props.
Sweets.
Yeah, but I mean, it'd be great here.
I mean, once I remember in the Maldives, one of my props were, fruit. Fruit's a good one. Okay. I made Joe carry this big leaf for me all day, and it was my birthday. And I was like, for my birthday, you need to carry that leaf for me so I can use that as a prop.
Oh my God.
It's all about the props.
It's all about the props.
Yeah.
Love.
Okay,
so we've got a ton of lighting, props. Next tip.
Movement. Lots of movement. Like kind of, you want it to be a bit more of a story. So you want them to be doing something. So if I'm shooting someone, I'll be like, go into your bag, walk this way. So you kind of get a bit more.
So it doesn't feel
just
as
a
flat,
static
maybe.
shot. Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like people relate to that more. Next one would be probably to like shoot on continuous. So then you kind of catch that movement and you catch that in between shot.
Yeah.
Oh, and a good filter.
A good filter.
Good filter.
Do you like Instagram filters or no?
If I was going to use an Instagram filter, I'd use Aiden.
Okay.
But I wouldn't use them.
Yeah.
I'm a Visco or a colour tone girl.
Yeah, colour tone.
Colour tone's the one.
I've recently started using colour tone.
It's great.
It is, isn't it?
It's very good.
But it's like
makes you very tanned.
Yeah, it does. It does.
But you just pull it down a little bit so it's not too orange.
Yeah, I get that. You're an amazing photographer because of where you are today. You're our go-to at Boohoo.
Yeah.
How did it all start for you? Talk me through like your career journey.
So I've always just loved photography. So like growing up, my highlight of like being a kid was going on school trips and being given a disposable camera. That was like the best part of the trip for me.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of discovered photography at school, and I used to be quite a weird photographer, to be honest. I used to take quite dark images.
Like what?
Just like I'd put my mates in like waterfalls, or I'd like go in your mum's wedding dress. Or I'd like clone myself and do loads of weird self-portraits.
Okay.
So I'm a bit of a different photographer than I am today.
Okay.
And then went and did an art foundation as well into photography. And then I went and did a degree in photography as well, and kind of discovered fashion photography and also influence photography whilst I was at uni. So I was shooting influencers in between all my lectures. And this is when there wasn't many photographers doing it. And there wasn't actually that many bloggers either. So I was just shooting for free in between all my lectures. And then when I graduated,
were there like
it was my
friends
full time.
at the time?
No.
So did you just like
I literally just messaged random people.
Oh, okay.
And started shooting.
Yeah, that portfolio.
Yes, but apart from Sarah, so Sarah was a friend of mine. So I've been friends with Sarah for years.
Sarah
and then,
Ashcroft.
Yes, and then we started shooting together and travelling the world together. It's just been an incredible journey.
Yeah, it's been insane. And like something that I always think is with your job that you've got now, like 5 years ago, there wasn't like such of a buzz around influencers as there is now.
No, not at all.
So your job didn't exist because there was no need for it. You know, now obviously being an influencer is a full-time job.
Yeah.
And there's a need for a photographer to take photos of those influencers. So did you find it hard to find people that would allow you?
At the beginning, yes. And also because I didn't have a portfolio.
Yeah.
So I started the Instagram account to then become the portfolio. So I could then reach out and be like, this is what I've done.
Yeah.
But again, I didn't have anyone to intern for. There was no one doing it.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I just kind of did it and kind of made it my own thing, I guess.
Yeah. You're super busy though, aren't you? I read on one of your captions, 24 trips.
24 trips.
In a year.
Yeah.
That's one every other
I know.
week. How on earth are you still like
I mean,
a human?
I'm honestly so grateful for every trip. And I still get that excitement to go, but like it has become the job.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is a lot of jet lag, and my friends will take the mick out of me because I'm just like, I'm jet lagged.
Yeah. Oh, you're that girl.
I am that girl.
I'm jet lagged.
I just really suffer with it.
Do you? Yeah.
But no, it's really good and I'm so grateful. But yeah, it is exhausting.
And do you find it easy to have that balance of like life and work?
No.
No.
That's what I'm working on this year. It's my New Year's res.
Yeah.
Because I do not have a work-life balance.
Yeah.
So life kind of work's taken over.
But it's because you enjoy it, I would imagine.
That's the problem, and I don't know when to switch off.
Yeah.
And when you're freelance, like there's no one saying to you, right, okay, you clock off at 6. I'm working till like 1 a.m. editing because I want to.
Yeah, and I feel like each opportunity with your line of work is so amazing that you think,
I'd be stupid to turn it down.
and it might not come round again, so I sort of want to do it.
And then you don't know what you do, and then that leads on to something else, and then you meet this person, or you meet this influencer. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
A lot of people say since the invention of the iPhone, anyone can be a photographer. What do you think of that?
I roll. No, to be fair, thank God, because there's so many people now want pictures.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love smartphone photography. I actually love that aesthetic personally, but there is definitely a way to take photos, and I think you need to have a passion.
Yeah, and I think that comes through with your work.
Yeah.
I feel like you can see it, that it's been done like properly and not just like on a whim.
I do kind of like them win photos though.
Oh, do you?
I like that, yeah.
That just like quick.
But it just happened. This is cool.
So do you prep a lot for photos? Say like you're meeting up with Sarah on Saturday.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Do you know what? No.
No.
I think because I do it every day, if I was going to prep, if I had like a big shoot or if I was going abroad, I'd probably go on Pinterest, get a few ideas together, or like let's say I was going to like, I don't know, say when I went to Holebox, I'd go onto the location tab on Instagram, kind of look at what other people are doing and kind of see where the best places are and be like, okay, when I get there, I want to do this. I want to make sure I go here. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of prep I do.
Yeah. Well, you have 44,000 followers on Instagram. How important do you think like a social following is for a photographer? Because you were saying that you used your Instagram as your portfolio in the beginning.
I guess in some senses it looks good in that sense, but I don't think it's necessary for a photographer to have a big following.
No.
I think it's about having relationships with people and also kind of creating like a little creative community. That's what I like about Instagram. Is you have like these little like creative communities.
Yeah. Was there like a difficult hurdle in your career that you tried to get over?
I think my biggest hurdle and what I struggle with is the business side. Okay. So obviously whatever business you do, you have to deal with that, and I'm not very good with that. I'm very dyslexic, and
you're creative.
I'm creative. I'm not
a businesswoman.
Yeah, I want to take pretty photos.
Yeah.
But I do really struggle with that side.
Yeah.
And that's probably my biggest hurdle, and also life balance.
But you're working on that this year? You're going to work on the business side?
Yeah, I actually had a day off the other day. Like, actually booked myself a day off.
I love how that's a massive thing for you.
Massive.
The majority of people get 2 of them a week, babe.
Well, no. Well, I used to work, at the very beginning, I used to work 7 days a week.
Wow.
This is when I was like working for free though. But I was like literally working, like mental. And then I started having Sundays off. And then now I have Saturday and Sunday off.
And I bet you don't know what to do with yourself, do you?
Well, I still kind of work a little bit.
There you go, Cece.
But like on the laptop, like... Okay. But not
it's
shooting.
It's because you love it.
Yeah, I know. If I have a spare time, I think, I can like sit on YouTube and learn something new today.
Yeah. What's been the highest point of your career?
There's been like loads of moments where I'm like, oh my God, like this is insane. Or I'm like pinching myself on a trip. But there's one thing that does stand out to me was actually with BOOHOO, you guys.
Yeah.
Was I just did an LA trip with them and I received this text message. Do you want me to read it to you?
Yeah, read it to me.
Who was it of? It made me cry.
Oh no, please don't cry. I mean, you can
I won't cry now. But it was like, let me read it to you. So it says, hi darling, just wanted to let you know that the content uploaded onto BOOHOO's Instagram from the last trip was our highest performing week in BOOHOO history. We've had incredible feedback from the team and we'll be putting you forward for all of the trips. Thank you so much for everything you've done. You went above and beyond and we are forever grateful.
Oh, that's so
honestly,
lovely.
When I received that, I was like, oh my God. Like it's like makes it feel like everything was worth it.
Yeah, and from such a big brand as well.
I just honestly, I cried in the voice. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. Oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so sweet.
Working with influencers.
Yeah.
Big part of your job.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you find it?
I love it because I get to like shoot with so many different people. Like every day's different. I'll be like shooting with this person. Next I'll be someone else. I kind of love that adrenaline as well from like going from one person to the next.
There's some highlights on your Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Which is called Overheard on Set, where you quote some of the funniest things said on the day.
Yeah.
One of the funniest ones that I think is, do you mind if I put my knickers back on now? Now,
I love how you don't know what that situation that's
no
in.
context.
That's why I like it, because it's like showing you different. Yeah.
What was that about?
So I was I made her take her knickers off because I was like, I can see it.
So get your knickers off.
Just get your knickers off.
Okay.
And then she was like, can I put them back on now? And I was like, okay.
I bet you hear some really weird stuff on set.
I do
though.
hear some weird stuff. But it's always funny. Like, I love it.
Do you just like note them down and think?
But that's why I started doing it, because I was like, there's so much funny things said, and like when we do stuff, like when we're shooting, we're like, we just say weird stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and you'd only hear it on an influencer shoot. Yeah. We're like, oh.
What's the most outrageous thing you've heard?
Hey, there was one time that an influencer, we were talking about passports or something, and she was like, well, I'm definitely face tuning my passport photo. I just loved it. I loved it. I thought, they're not going to recognise you when they go through the thing.
What's your general opinion of the influencer world? Do you think it's here to stay? Do you think it's going to evolve?
I think it's here to stay, but I do think it will evolve. I think it's getting quite saturated. Mm-hmm. I also feel like micro-influencers are becoming quite relevant.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the smaller communities can sometimes...
I feel like they're maybe a bit more trustworthy in people's eyes.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I think when an influencer's so big, I think you don't trust their opinion because you think, not that it's always the case, but you think, oh, they've been paid to say it. But with like a
sometimes. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like at the moment when I'm working with brands, they are getting more involved with the micro ones.
Yeah. Do you think micro and more?
Yeah, so they can have more of them, I guess, for budgets and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Maybe.
It's safe to say that influencers, as well as like all the amazing trips and all the highlights, they also get trolled, and there's a lot of like negative comments that can come from social media.
Yeah.
And I assume spending a lot of time with them, you've sort of been around that when things like that have happened and people have read certain comments. Does it affect them massively? Or?
I think, yes, it does. But when we're on shoot, it's like more of a positive space. Like we're talking about like, are we like talking to them about like, what's the next thing you're going to do? Or I think you should be doing this, or it's a bit more positive. But yeah, I think they do have to do quite a lot.
Yeah. But I bet it's funny, isn't it? Being on set with influencers. Because
it's amazing.
I feel like a lot of them are such big personalities.
I feel like I get to know them in a different way.
Yeah, not like the influencer.
Because you're like working alongside them and like you want to work together to make something really cool.
Yeah. What's been the funniest moment on a trip?
I always get asked this. Do you know what? There's so many. I can't even think. Like, so much funny stuff happens.
What about like the last BOOHOO trip?
There was something quite funny. But again, it's not... I don't know if you'll find it funny.
Go on.
So basically, we learned... So we were with those American influencers, and you know when you're holding two drinks, we call it double parked.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're double parked.
Yeah.
So they call it double fisting.
No
and they kept going, oh,
way.
Look, I'm double fisting. And we're all looking at each other like, what? And then we're like, do you not mean double parked?
Pardon me? What are you doing?
So that became a bit of a joke on the trips, but it's just things like that.
That needs to go in your highlights.
Do you think? Yeah, I probably should put that on there.
Look at me, I'm double fisting.
Yeah, that's what they say.
That should be a highlight. A bit of a random one.
Yeah.
But when you peer over, I'm saying this because I would do this.
Yeah.
Peer over influencers' phones.
Right.
Have you seen any like juicy DMs?
I've been showed a few DMs in my time.
Go on, tell me.
No.
Juiciest one. One example. Don't need to name who it was. Just the DM.
I can just name who it's from.
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen Drake. Hey.
What did Drake say?
Ooh, asking about Nando's, I think.
A Nando's?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was actually.
What, like, do you want a Nando's?
Something like that.
Who's the most famous person you photographed?
Well, mainly I do shoot influencers.
Yeah.
But I did have one opportunity where I shot Stella Maxwell, the Victoria's Secret model.
Amazing.
So this was quite early on. I was a bit naive.
Yeah.
So I didn't actually realise I was shooting her. So I saw her on the call sheet, but I didn't think it was actually Stella Maxwell. And I just remember being in this hotel room and someone saying, oh, Kristen Stewart's coming. And I was like, what? Kristen Stewart? Why is Kristen Stewart coming? And they were like, oh, it's her girlfriend. And I was like, oh my God, it's Stella Maxwell as in the Victoria's Secret model. So I found out half an hour before she walked in, which I'm so glad about, because if I knew before, I would have been freaking out, taking a rescue remedy to do the shoot.
Did you freak out in that half an hour?
Yeah, but I kind of tamed it. Okay. I mean, I acted like she was the postman.
Yeah.
I was just like, hey, you're right.
Yeah, wow.
And Kristen Stewart called my photo dope. And I was
Did
like,
she?
That's cool.
What do you see yourself doing in 2020?
This year, I want to go a bit more editorial.
Do you?
A bit more beauty, like just go in a different field that I haven't explored well yet. But also I'm doing actually quite a few talks this year, which is quite scary for me.
Like universities?
Yeah, I'm doing a university talk in Coventry, and then I'm doing 2 at the photography show.
Oh,
so
that's amazing. That'll be really
we'll
good.
see. I've got to get the chatting up to scratch.
Yeah, but I think it's good to, like, I would want you to come into my uni. When we were at uni, I would want you to have come in.
Really?
Yeah. Because I
God.
feel like you're still in touch with people. The guests that I had when I was in uni, they very much were at like a part of their career or doing stuff that you wouldn't even imagine doing. Whereas with you, because influencers are part of like everyday life now, it's something that you think, actually, yeah, you saw a niche, you saw like a market that wasn't necessarily being catered for, and you went with it.
Yeah.
And you've got success from it. So I think that's like such a good story.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really nervous, but
Don't be nervous.
it'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll love you. And you'll have loads of like proper interesting questions as well from students. Where would your dream location be to shoot?
I think Tokyo, you know. I haven't been there, but I'm just obsessed with it.
The
just looks
aesthetic
so
of Tokyo,
cool.
yeah, it's insane,
It's like such random props. Think of the props I'd find.
Yeah, yeah. It wouldn't just be a massive leaf, babe.
I know, I'll be getting all sorts.
Okay, so I thought we would finish on a note, quite an inspiring note, and something that I genuinely loved when I saw.
Yeah.
Shooting the breast cancer awareness shoot.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that, and talk to me why it was special
So
for you.
when Mel came to me to shoot it, I was like 1,000,000% like, this is so close to me.
Yeah.
So I lost my mum to breast cancer at the age of 41, and I was 19, and it was just like a no-brainer to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And it was like, it really hit home, like watching these young girls sit there. Like when I was doing the shoot, when I got asked to do it, I was more worried about the technical side because it was studio, and I wasn't really thinking about what I was actually gonna like be doing there. And the reality was I was sitting there listening to 10 girls tell me their stories of having cancer, and I was just sitting there, and it affected me so much that I, during lunch, went and called my doctor and went and had a screening because I was so petrified.
Yeah.
But
But sometimes that's needed.
100%, and I feel like we all need to be checking and be really aware of it.
Yeah, and do you think it's an influencer's sort of, they've got this power to pass on a message? Do you think it's the right 100%. Thing that they should be like pushing things like that, like breast cancer awareness and going for screenings? And
so I think it affects a lot more people than people think as well.
Yeah, and men.
Yeah.
I really did love that, by the way.
Yeah, it was probably the most emotional day of my career.
Yeah. I mean, it was so intense.
It was.
Listening to those stories.
I was just like emotionally drained.
Yeah. But also wanted to be there and wanted to be strong because of what it meant
and
to
also
you.
they put me, I actually became part of the campaign as well.
Yes.
So at the end, they asked me to like go around and sit and like actually say like, you know, why I'm doing this. Because I think that's the reason why I'm so driven, is because I did lose my mum so young, and I think I just do everything I can to make her proud.
Psychics. I want to talk to you about.
Yes.
Now, I heard this when we said that you were coming on onto the podcast.
Into psychic me.
Yeah. I found this out. Talk to me. Tell me why you like psychics. It was more prominent, wasn't it, after your mum passed away?
Well, I've had a few really.
What, like readings?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had after mum, I waited like a year. I kept saying how much I wanted to go to one. And I was in Cornwall, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it here. No one knows me here. I'm just going to do it. Anyway, I said to my friend's mum, who was also my mum's friend, I was like, do you mind if I go to a psychic? Because she was actually like, I'm not really comfortable with you doing this. And I was like, oh, okay. I went to bed. Next day, she was like, oh, by the way, I've booked you in. And I was like,
she did it.
Oh, okay. She went, the weirdest thing happened. And I was like, what? And she was like, well, I picked up the phone to speak to this lady, and the first thing she said to me was, you're ringing for your friend's daughter, aren't you? And she was like, oh, I'm booking this lady.
Get lost.
So when I turned up, you meant to go for like an hour. Kid you not, I was there 3 hours.
Things like this freak me out.
Yeah, she said some things to me, and I think, honestly, like that. But the thing is, you do have some weird, bad ones. But this one was a good one, and I think it's really helped me deal with it. And the things she said, only I knew.
Yeah.
Like things that you wouldn't tell people.
And they're not generic.
No.
Like they're proper. That's
do you
when it
want to
freaks
hear
me
one?
out. Go on.
Okay, so this is personal.
Yeah.
So my mum had the worst OCD imagined.
Okay.
And when after mum died, when I used to go down the stairs, there was like a photo of her and I used to kiss it. Obviously, that's not something you tell people.
Yeah.
Right?
Cute though. Really
and she said
cute.
to me, the woman goes, your mum said, stop kissing them photos, you're leaving smear marks over my glass. That's what she said to me. I was like, okay.
What?
Yeah.
Do you still go to them now? Do you still like go to...
So then I went to another one about 3 years ago. This one's quite weird as well. So me and Sarah actually went to this one and we had it recorded. And when Sarah moved, her mum kept the disc for me and I hadn't listened to it for 3 years and I put it on. And in the reading, she said to me, a name called Mandy is going to be quite important to you. Like it's going to be, you're going to be searching for a Mandy. Okay. And I was thinking like at the time, obviously like, no Mandy at all. And anyway, when I re-listened to it, I was like, oh my God. So I've just basically been reunited with a sister of mine and her mum was called Mandy.
What?
Yeah. So that was quite weird.
That's insane.
Yeah, but obviously at the time...
Yeah, but now you listen back.
But then when I listened back, I was like...
Mandy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That was quite weird.
I want to go to one.
Just make sure you go to the right one by recommendation.
Okay, so to finish off, because we're coming towards the end of our time
sad
in this
times.
lovely pool full of sprinkles and balls, I thought I'd ask you, like a quick fire round, ask you some questions about someone following in your footsteps. So a younger person who looks at you and thinks, yeah, amazing job, love photography, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Quick fire questions.
Okay, go for it.
So, how to go above and beyond in an internship?
Loyalty, trust, and try and be as creative as possible.
Yeah. How to be a standout photographer on the gram?
I actually think like show yourself more.
Okay, as a person?
Yeah, because I feel like people invest more in you instead of just like a photo. They want to see who's taking it. And be really honest.
How to build an online following? Same thing? Or
collaborations.
Oh, okay.
Work with people like that you wouldn't necessarily work with on a job. Like so the other day, like I worked with a stylist I've been dying to work with, and you do it for free because you want to work with that person. You create a connection, and you're both using each other's channels to collab.
Yeah. How to find your photography niche?
Literally find what excites you, like what you're like really excited to go home and edit. Yeah. That's when I know I'm excited about something. If I'm like, all I want to do is go home and edit this.
Which I think is like something to sum up you as a whole. I feel like you just have the drive because you love it so much.
Yeah, maybe too much.
Maybe too much.
Maybe
have
too
a
much.
day off every now and again.
Yeah.
Has this been a day off for you?
It's great. Not shooting today. Feels a bit weird.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll take a few photos after your gram.
Oh yeah, oh my God. There we go. Thank you so much for coming on.
You're
it's been
welcome.
An
Thank
pleasure.
you so much for having me.
Oh no, don't be daft. Was it as bad as you were thinking,
no,
nerves-wise?
the nerves calmed. The nerves calmed. Yeah.
Okay, good. That's what we like to hear. Thank you, Becky.
Thank you.
And thank you for listening and watching at home. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating and a review on Apple Podcast and Spotify. And come over to YouTube. You can watch us now. How exciting. Bye.